Welcome to the Caring Place. So today, I told y'all a couple weeks ago when I spoke with Rita, when we first started talking about Amplify, that we wanted to every week bring you some information about the Caring Place, and we would do it live. So today we have Kathleen Hopkins, and she's our Senior Independence Manager, or Program Manager in Programs and Services.
That's right.
Okay, so Kathleen, tell us what that means. Now, one thing you hear us saying a lot is SIP, because that's the acronym for Senior Independence Program. Mm-hmm. So tell us what SIP is.
Absolutely. SIP started here at the Caring Place in 2018, and it is the acronym for the Senior Independence Program. And it's a program that is a partnership program. Some might call it case management, but really here it is a partnership. Folks come into the program on a voluntary basis, and it's an opportunity to work with case managers or partners who have some expertise with that population, age 65 and over. We set goal plans, and we work those plans with the ultimate goal to increase their quality of living through helping them become happy, healthy, and independent, where they can age in place.
So what are some of the specific aspects of that program that does help individuals become happier and healthier and more independent?
Well, the Caring Place provides services globally in helping with basic needs, and our partnership programs are not different than that. We have 6 pillars, being transportation, health, social and community, finances, housing, and food. And that's in alignment with what the Caring Place does with all of their neighbors.
So how do you find that people are able to become more independent because they are involved with the Caring Place through the SIP program?
So 65 is an age where a lot of things can change. Mm-hmm. It can be the start of Social Security, so a fixed income. There can be changes in health. There can be changes in family dynamics. And with those changes, we're building some expertise to help navigate ways to add resources to people's lives. For example, we have a utility assistance program that is a federal program, and we try and connect folks to that program very early on in the year, and the benefit can affect their budget up to $1,400 within a year.
Wow.
And that program can be applied for again and again, so you can see the independence that builds for an individual to then apply for that program on their own and affect their own budget from doing that.
Wow. Well, and that is one of the things people say about the Caring Place in general, not just the SIP program, is that we're kind of a hub for resources, because when you go to programs and services and you get involved in case management specifically in the SIP program, you might learn about programs that you didn't know exist, like that one.
Sure, and resources, they're changing all the time. There are new programs, especially with the population in Georgetown. 29% of the population of Georgetown is over the age of 65.
Oh.
That is a large group.
It
so
is.
All the time you're seeing new resources and programs and offerings happening. And there again, we're trying to develop expertise to connect our partners to those.
Oh, wow. So that's like part of her job to do that, to know those things. We always say that. And ask Kathleen, because she'll know about that. It's good to have people that do that. So one of the things that I have here in my hands is our annual report. So it's all printed out, hot off the presses. It is going in for print this week, so I'm super excited about that.
Exciting.
So one of the reasons that we're doing this is because of Amplify campaign that's coming up. And I want to make sure that this annual report is done before that campaign ends, because we want to make sure that our community sees all the numbers of impact and growth in our programs. So one of the numbers on here, though, is we counted last year in 2019 how many seniors we had over the age of 55, or individuals over 55. Mm-hmm. So people over 55 make up 17% of the people that we serve. So we were kind of talking about that number a little bit, and you specifically work with seniors. So
of course I thought it was a bigger number. But speaking of numbers, let's see, in 2018 we had 50 folks who were in our Senior Independence Program. And then in 2019, we had 92 individuals enrolled in the program. We had some additional staff to support that increase. And today, in February, we have 35 folks enrolled, and we have a lot of our year left to bring some folks in.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's definitely a program that we're seeing growing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which your numbers of the total population of seniors in Georgetown reflects that need for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So a couple of the programs that you utilize in SIP, but other people can also participate in. One is A Matter of Balance.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit, what is A Matter of Balance?
Well, first of all, it's an evidence-based program, which means it has been studied long enough to know that it has a positive impact on folks. Mm-hmm. And that's something that when we started the Senior Independence Program here at the Caring Place, we wanted to take advantage of those type things, that we're asking people to spend their time in something that we know has an effect on them, a positive effect. So last year we trained in the Matter of Balance, and 2 staff are trained in delivering the program twice a year at the Caring Place, and we have a lot of our partnership participants who are engaged in that, which is very exciting, but it again is open to the public. And we are bringing on this year a second evidence-based program called Chronic Disease Management. It's something we see a need for. As I mentioned, at 65, there are health changes, mm-hmm. and people need to learn the tools to take care of themselves and live healthier and happier.
Is it mostly to take care of themselves if they have a chronic disease, not so much if you're a caregiver to someone?
Absolutely. Okay. It's for the individual.
Because you're trying mm-hmm. to develop opportunities for independence for yourself.
Or maintain that independence too, and that quality of living. If you're dealing with diabetes, for example, it can be a very ravaging disease. If you know how to handle it and you understand it and go through this evidence-based training, you can be much better off.
Okay, and so that one is open to the public.
Absolutely, and that will be starting in April. Actually, the Matter of Balance and Chronic Disease Management are going to be April through May type timelines.
And we don't know on the chronic disease one yet, but the Matter of Balance generally fills up very quickly.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
So tell us a little bit about, because I've seen a couple of classes come through already. How many have we done so far of A Matter of Balance?
We have done 2 Matter of Balance classes last year. That was our goal, to do 2, and we'll do 2 again this year. Okay,
and so tell me a little bit about specifically what they learn in that class, mm-hmm. and what type of individuals do you see coming through that class and benefiting from the class?
Sure. Most of the participants have been from our Senior Independence Program, mm-hmm. and sometimes they'll bring a friend. They may bring a spouse, and it is not rocket science. There's a lot of community to it, and there's a lot of conversation. The program is really based on recognizing fear can cause falls, and lack of exercise can be at a cost when you fall. If your wrists aren't limber, then there's the education piece, being aware of what causes falls, like a change in blood pressure when you stand up, things within a room, rugs, cords. It is not rocket science.
Are you saying all the things that I have in this fridge?
Well, I think so. Besides the bear. The bear is safe.
We won't trip over him. There's a lot of things to think about, and maybe as we get older too, we kind of take for granted some of those things because we forget that those become issues later.
Right. Absolutely.
And falls are more impactful as we get older as well.
That is very true.
Okay. Well, that's really awesome that you'll have that program going through here. Some of the I get the opportunity sometimes to interview some of the neighbors that come see Kathleen. So and those stories you can find on our blog. So I do usually write about those, or sometimes we have videos of people. So one of the really things I found impactful, it wasn't just so much about SIP, but it was about things that we offered people that really helped them. And I remember Miss Mabel. Mm-hmm. I remember she told me that she participated in our food programs because that way she could utilize the money that she saved to pay for car insurance. So otherwise she would not be able to drive. Yes. And I think that alone is so simple and basic and something that you don't think about. But for somebody to be able to use our food pantry and then be able to afford another necessary thing.
Absolutely. And it's also strategy building. You know, at 65, we may be retired, but we still have to build strategies in our life. And that is one that you give an example of. I just lost my train of thought. I was thinking of one more thing, but I'll bring it up.
That was
when I
like
think of
that.
it. Yeah.
Another one was, so Mr. Thomas, so we've interviewed him before, and I remember him saying he did the Matter of Balance class, and for him also, and this it might be true of a lot of seniors that maybe are on their own, is that they also were building friendships.
Yes, and that's the part I wanted to bring up. It's isolation can cause a lot of problems. It's one of those modifiable risk factors for dementia or Alzheimer's. And we see it represent in a number of ways with folks as they're aging. So the evidence-based programs, they build in that socialization because you come together as a group and you're owning these fears, you're learning these new ideas with other people. So that is a really good point. Yeah. And it also takes people out of that level of isolation that they might otherwise be in.
There's definitely a lot of facets to care for individuals that are aging in place in a healthy and independent way. So they kind of think about all those things and incorporate them, which is really neat.
Absolutely.
Can you think of anything else that we should talk about with the SIP program specifically, or maybe something else that's going on over there?
Well, one thing that's kind of SIP related, and that is the age of 65 and older. That's been our first 3 years in the program focusing on that. But we are learning as part of what the Caring Place does, working with all ages of the population, we're learning that bringing that age down may be of benefit to start working with people at 55. And some of you may see that as the senior age for a discount and different things like that. So that would impact the way we deliver services in a little more equitable way as far as statistics. But then it also would create a 10-year span of working with people before they hit that harder transition of a fixed income and maybe some other things.
That makes a lot of sense. Like you're spending that time learning and educating, which you think about kids in school. I mean, we spend years teaching them how to live as an adult. And so it makes sense that it really could take years to learn how to live a certain way at an older age.
Absolutely, and it's a little bit of possible prevention and planning, and so that's one of the things that we're looking at with this SIP program right now.
What about, let's talk just a tiny bit about HOPE. What is HOPE?
HOPE is a supplemental food program. It's once a month, and anyone ages 55, there again you have that sort of aging age that's a little bit different. 55 and greater can come in for a supplemental food box, and they can be certified to do that once a month for up to 12 months if they're at 185% of the federal poverty guideline. But for anyone who is over that amount and in crisis, they can also come in for 6 months at a time just based on what they may need and have access to that food box. And it's non-perishables, it's shelf milk, it's cereal, grains, beans, canned fruits and vegetables, some really good stuff.
So that individuals that participate in HOPE, they can also participate in the food pantry, right? They can do both.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So when you talked about budget and how that impacts your budget, if you look at $75 for one individual using the food pantry, and then you add an additional amount, you start to see how that can build some strategy in an individual's life.
The food pantry is a big program here at the Caring Place because we do see those values in saving money by using the food pantry. And so that's actually something we're going to talk about later is solely talk about the food pantry and what it can provide for people, not just feeding people, but actually giving people ways to utilize their funds differently, which helps people in a big way. And it's not something I think people think about. So sometimes people don't want to take food, but if they think about it differently and realize how much they're spending on food, then it's really a great thing to utilize. Okay, is there anything else in the report that you just think, oh, that looks so awesome?
Oh my gosh, it all looks really great.
One number that's in it is not so much an impact number, but it's how much you have helped us, which is in 2019, we had 54,327 cars go through our donations drive-through. That is a lot of cars. I think it averaged out to almost 200, maybe 170 something cars roughly a day if you averaged it out over the whole year. But that is a ton of cars coming through. So thank y'all for donating things all the time and making sure that we have our thrift stores full, because as you know, when you donate to our thrift stores and we sell things in our thrift stores, we do give things to individuals as well, like housewares and clothes and things like that to neighbors who need it. But all the rest of that, when we make that money in the thrift stores, that pays for all of our staffing and infrastructure and overhead costs. And so that means when you donate to the Caring Place, 100% of your donation goes straight to impacting neighbors in need. And so that's a really important thing to know about our business model here. We are not, when you give us a donation, part of that is not going to pay for anybody's salary or turning our lights on or anything like that, which is really cool, which gets me to Amplify. So let's talk about Amplify. We were trying to amplify funds this year. So did you hear about the board match?
Yes, I did hear about the board match, and I also want to throw in that St. David's Foundation helped the Caring Place start our Senior Independence Program, so can't not mention that.
That is so true. That is so true. So they're a big part of this match. Do you remember how much the board match is?
Is it? Tell me. No,
she doesn't want to say wrong.
I don't want to guess too.
I know. I've been saying it over and over. So it's $27,000. So the board match for dollar up to $27,000 is going to match every donation that you give to our Amplify campaign this year. And you do have to make those donations by March 6th at 6 p.m. And so after they've given their $27,000 and you've given your $27,000, and it's okay to give $5. I mean, if you don't have $27,000, that's totally fine. But give $5, $10, and just know that that's going to be amplified, because it is going to be doubled up to $27,000, because our board is going to do that for us, which makes me so excited about our board that they care that much about the Caring Place. So I know I say that every single time, but I think it's amazing.
And they know the importance of the work that we do. They know what the community impact is. Mm-hmm. And I think they also know that Georgetown is a very growing community. And so what we're seeing this year will be different next year. It will be bigger. The needs will be greater. So for our board to be doing that, recognizing that, I think is awesome.
Yeah. And also this year, when you donate, the funds go to anything in the Caring Place to help any program that needs help. So it gives us a little bit of flexibility to decide where that money goes, of which program is in need that year, and spread the wealth all throughout the program. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. So first of all, that was the first match. That's really important for you to know. But then the next one is St. David's Foundation. Mm-hmm. So after we have done all of that, raising money between our board and our community, St. David's Foundation does another match. It's not dollar for dollar, because we share it with a whole bunch of other organizations, but it is a hefty match of really boosting those funds. And so that is why we tell you that this is the absolute best time for you to give, because of the matching opportunities that we have. So, and it's such an honor to be a St. David's Foundation partner, and really cool that I totally forgot about SIP. That's what started SIP, really. So we are so honored to be a St. David's Foundation partner, and honored to be a part of the Amplify campaign that they really promote. So once again, you have to make all those donations by March 6th at 6 p.m. You can make them now. It is a 24-hour online giving campaign. That's what everybody,
easy.
I know, that's what everybody really promotes and says, that it's the 24-hour online giving campaign. But you can actually start giving now, which for me makes it a whole lot easier, because I will get to that day of and then just forget. So I don't want to forget. So go ahead and make your campaign donations.
I was going to say, although it is so much fun to see the excitement in a community and see it build and see it amplify, it is quite moving. So even if you donate today, be sure and check it out on the day of, so you can feel a big part of what's happening.
That's true, because the day of, the website will have like a leaderboard and everything, so you'll see nonprofits all over Georgetown, all over Central Texas, and where they stand in the leaderboard and as they're raising money. Also on those days, the 5th and 6th, because it starts March 5th at 6 p.m. and ends March 6th at 6 p.m., we will be doing some in person donating. So that means Rita and I will be in the store on March 5th in the afternoon, and we will be doing, if you don't want to make the online donation at home, or maybe that's daunting to you because you don't dig computers that much, you can come up to the store and we will have laptops out for you, and we will help you make those donations and show you what we're doing, and then you can see your donation there. The website is www.caringplacetx.org/amplify. So that is the website that goes to our website, and then there is a link on it that will take you to the actual Amplify page. But so there'll be information and also some videos of some of our stories that have come through the Caring Place on our website, and then there's a button that you click to go to where you go make that donation on the Amplify platform. So like I said, Rita and I will be in the store on the 5th. And then there's another time during lunch hour on the 6th we're going to be in the store. And then we've also set up office hours this year on both days that you can call and make your donation. If you would rather just give Rita or I a call and make your donation over the phone, you can do that as well. And then we'll enter it into the computer for you. Because we want to make it easy for you. We want it to make it easy for you to amplify your funds. If some people don't like to give on the website, they think that's weird. So feel free to call us. And then I think that's it about the Amplify campaign. We will put the links in the summary of this video. We will probably repost this video again later so that we can hear Kathleen talk about all the wonderful things about the SIP program. And I just dropped something I was going to give Kathleen, so let me grab it. So Kathleen, for participating in today's video, gets my fun sticker. And I always tell people I love these stickers so much because you can put them on your Yeti, your water bottle, your thermos, and they're just fun. So there you go.
It would go on a coffee cup as well.
It goes on a coffee cup, or even your car if you're into that. A lot of people don't do that anymore. But
oh, how cute! Thank you.
So, and you also can get this sticker when you donate to the Amplify campaign this year. So that's our new fun sticker from the Caring Place this year.
Fun. Great logo.
All right. So thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to us talk about the campaign and our Senior Independence Program.
And helping us do all the things that we do now and want to continue doing in the future. Thank you very much.
Yes.